red. It was the morning of May 26, which is Georgia's Independence Day. It's really coincidental how my family arrived during this festive season in the country, so we plan to stay inside Tbilisi on this day. This is really great. My hostel Fabrika is very close to the Marjanishvili metro station. We will be taking the metro to the next station, Rustaveli, and exiting on the Shota Rustaveli Avenue. The most important government buildings and national arts and culture centers and museums are located, extending out from the Freedom Square, all of which we will be visiting. By the way, please don't mind this terribly hand-drawn Georgian flag that I pasted on my wall. I haven't had time to print one out yet, but I will replace that when I have the properly printed version. Anyways, we got a metro card and entered Marjanishvili station. It was my first time taking a metro in a post-Soviet country, which truly reflects the Sovietness of this system. First thing I was greeted by was this long and deep escalator that seemed to curve slightly downwards by about a degree or two. Down there, the station platform right down the escalator. The train arriving. One very noticeable feature of the metro in Tbilisi is a tap-in only system. All riders only need to pay 1 Georgian lari to travel to any number of stations away, including transferring. So we exited from the Rustaveli station and onto the Shota Rustaveli Avenue. Right outside the station, we could already see the festivities happening. People were selling Georgian flags. There stands a very tall statue. I believe that's Shota Rustaveli himself right there. Rustaveli was a medieval Georgian legendary poet who contributed the most to classical Georgian literature during his golden age. A few Georgian flags flying across the sky. Shota Rustaveli Avenue is usually a road for vehicles, but during important national celebrations such as Independence Day, the road is closed and pedestrians are allowed. There are many stalls selling all kinds of things, from food to souvenir. The stalls here are super tourist friendly as they put up English signs for foreign tourists who happen to visit during Independence Day festivities. I bought a Georgian flag for 3 lari, which I brought back here to Singapore. There are so many things to see and do on Shota Rustaveli Avenue. We passed by so many government buildings, including the Parliament of Georgia, outside which I spotted the old flag of Georgia used from 1918 to 1921 during their brief independence from the Russian Empire until the annexation into the Soviet Union, and from 1990 to 2004 when they eventually got independence from the Soviet Union until the Rose Revolution. We eventually reached Tbilisi Mall. Later, Freedom Square. After taking part in the festivities in Freedom Square and Rustaveli Avenue, we had a simple lunch and made our way through the narrow alleys of Tbilisi to the cable car station on the other side of the Mkwari River. where the mother of Georgia, Katlizadeh, is standing. That is exactly where we were heading. Super high up, yeah. This is overlooking the entire city of Tbilisi. It's really like Mother Georgia is protecting the country's capital, overlooking and guarding it. She holds a bowl of wine for us friendly visitors who come for peace, and a sword for enemies who come for trouble. As mentioned in the last episode, Georgia is the birthplace of wine. So yeah, very fitting for this. After we took the cable car back down, we headed over to the Bridge of Peace over the Mqari River. It's a glass roof bridge and a noticeable icon on the river. Then headed back to Freedom Square and down to the metro station again. This time we took the metro to the station square, where Tbilisi train station is located. Honestly, there isn't too much interesting about this area in town, other than the fact that there are buildings opposite and trains on the track full of graffiti, obviously abandoned and falling into disuse. Nothing too interesting here, so we took the metro again another time back to our hostel. It's finally sunny in Tbilisi. Finally! It's been raining and cloudy the past 2 days. 3 days. Finally the sun has come out. The next day, 27 May, we will be leaving Tbilisi again. According to our plan, next we will be heading to Gori, Kutaisi, Prometheus Cave in Kaltubon, and Batumi. Stay tuned for my next video about my adventures to the subsequent destinations.